Good morning, friends. Hope you are having a great day and hopefully you are enjoying the daily market news which I am bringing it to you every day morning. So, guys, if you are enjoying these videos, do subscribe to my channel and like this video because it will motivate me a lot. So, now let us start with this today's news. Now, today's first news which we'll talk about is very important that oil prices are going up again. And oil prices actually reached around 121 barrel because the Saudi Arabia increased the oil prices from yesterday. Now, why they have increased? But just they want to take benefit of supply constraint, what is available, which is not available in the world. And the reason is simple that now European countries have decided that they will curtail import from Russia by almost 90%. Now, this gives a chance for to an OPEC to increase their prices. Even though OPEC has decided that they are going to cover up with this, actually, whatever shortage will come because of restriction on Russia. But no, you also know that it will come with a price. It is not easy that no, because supply will come from OPEC, prices will go down. So that is not happening in oil prices. Oil prices are still remaining high. Now that is not a good news for India or any part of the world. The reason is simple. Because of that, no, inflation will always remain high. And if inflation remains high, RBI or Fed or whoever central bank it is, they have to increase their Fed rate. So Fed rate and also RBI is going to increase their RBI rate. So that is the problem. See here, the our main villain is actually oil prices. If the oil prices goes down below 100, then it is a big cushion for us because you understand we are actually importing more than 90% of our oil requirement. Now, if this happens, this will create a problem. However, we started importing from Russia and which may be around 72 or $73 per barrel. Now that is a good discount. Good discount means it is almost 30 to 39% discount from its high. Okay, oil price high. So this shows that yes, we are trying to curtail the inflation through by importing from Russia, but whether we are able to control it completely, that is to be seen. And because of this month RBI is going to come with the new actually hike, RBI rate hike. So that is a thing that it is expected that another 25 to 50 basis hike will come this month, even in the next month also. Because inflation will remain high, even though whatever excise cut and everything will do, the petrol price and oil price is not going to go down in India. And also, what is happening? Metal price and all that are coming down, cooling off, but still at an elevated level. So that is adding a supply pressure and raw material pressure to the on the end producer, and that is a they are also increasing the rate. At the so eventually customer is getting affected. So again, let's see because of this oil price, the Dow Jones and Nasdaq, everyone last week also they fallen because there also inflation fear is there. Still, they are not out of the woods, and everyone is saying it is going to be a big recession in US. That is what everyone is asking for it. Even if you see, Elon Musk has decided to cut his Tesla workforce from almost 10%. That is what news report shows. So if it is going to happen, that shows that even Elon Musk is also very much worried about US economy. Correct. So this thing we have to keep in mind. And China, of course, it is now coming out from the COVID crisis, but still totally not of the woods because slowly and gradually that happening. And again, that will put an additional pressure on oil because till now China demand was on the lower side. Reason was that most of the cities are locked down, but now once they are coming out, the demand will pick up and that will create an issue and that will increase the oil price also. Some analysts are saying that oil may reach to 130 or sorry 150 or 175. Now that is on a very high range, which I doubt that it will happen. But guys, you don't know, and I don't know that what will happen in the market. So we have to prepare for the worst also. But we have to be careful while investing because this is not an easy market to trade and upside is not so easy. The reason is that at every level some bad news are coming, and so we have to think. Even though if you see on the market point of view, we are able to not go below 15,700 Nifty level. Now, if we are sustaining that level, that is a good sign, but somehow we are not going up also. So, both the things we have to keep in mind while investing. Now, talking about fiscal deficit, no, the fiscal deficit in April, actually export was $37.3 billion. However, our import was $60.6 billion. So there was a trade deficit of almost 23.3 US million dollar. Now that is on a much billion dollars, sorry. So that is much more on a higher side. And I tell you, such a fiscal deficit, big fiscal deficit, no, which is almost 3%, maybe currently it is 1.5%, but however it is estimated maybe 3% in by financial year 23. Now this is adding a lot of pressure on government. Government is trying to do everything to curtail the fiscal deficit, but they have to control inflation also. So whatever excise duty cut happened in oil prices, no, that petrol and diesel, that excise duty cut was almost 1 lakh crore subsidy that the government is actually foregone, correct? So not subsidy, sorry, taxes they have foregone, and that is putting and adding pressure to the fiscal deficit. Even LPG cylinder and even fertilizer, they were given a good subsidy. So because of this, no, this fiscal deficit is rising day by day. Now this is creating and adding pressure on the government, and they have to see whether they are able to maintain on, because currently they are thinking that they will manage at 6.9% of GDP. Earlier, the estimate was around 6.2% of GDP, but now they have to increase to 6.9 because of, as I told, all these subsidy they have given, and even the taxes they have forgone. Now the thing was, the main source of income is indirect taxes collection. Every month, indirect taxes collection comes, but last month it was around 1.41 lakh crores, which is mild lower than 1.5 lakh crores, which was happening in last 3 to 4 months. So they are hoping that yes, some at the level that indirect collection comes more on that side. But the problem is not to understand, if the inflation goes up and the economy go down, no, then even the indirect taxes get affected. So we have to take this thing in mind while evaluating that whether the government is able to cover up their fiscal deficit or not. Now talking about the world market was down by almost 348 points. That is, Dow Jones was down by 348 points and Nasdaq was down by 304 points. Even exact Nifty, the day, actually the time I am recording this video, it is almost 80 points down. Talking about FII net sold, they have net sold of around 3,770 crore on Friday. However, DI bought around 2,360 crores. So FI is rigorously selling in India. They are taking each and every pullback rally to sell in India. Now that is not a good sign, but however, why they are doing is, the reason is simple. The reason is simple because at the end of the day, they also want to understand that yeah, they have to go back because the US bond yield is going up there, and again US dollar is getting stronger and stronger. So that is creating an adding pressure. Now the government is soon going to come out with a legal framework where actually they are stopping restaurants from levying service charges on their bill. Okay, now because that is completely unfair. Actually, there was no rule from the government that you should charge service or taxes on the bill. And actually, many of the customers used to tell us that service tax is not important to pay. Correct. Now, but now they are making a mandate that no one will charge, because every restaurant was charging differential rates. Somewhere charging 4%, somewhere 8, somewhere 18. So a customer was not knowing about it. Actually, customer, if they want to give tip, they can give tip, but there is no need to give a service charge. And tip is based on discretion, correct? If you like the service, then only you will give tip. Otherwise, you will not give tip. So that is why they are coming up with a mandatory mandate that yes, now restaurants should not charge any service tax, and it is completely unfair. Now, talking about cement stocks were falling on Friday because The reason was that actually Ultratech Cement came with an expansion plan of almost 12,800 crore in their brownfield and greenfield project. Now, the day Adani entered the cement market by acquiring Ambuja and ACC, no, there is a fierce competition. And again, Ultratech Cement, which is planning to bring this plan after 3-4 months, actually they have preponed it and now they announced. This shows that they are also scared that their number one position may get impacted by the Adani entry in the cement stock, cement companies. So that's why they are also bringing up new capacity expansion. But the problem is, no, when there is so much of capacity expansion, no, the realization will be less. No, the margin will be affected, and that is what actually market is thinking. That is why they are bringing all the cement stock down. But the small cement companies like Shri Cement and all that will be affected, because now if the big players are having this type of pressure, margin pressure, then they will also face a big pressure. So that is what suddenly the cement sector looks completely out of the shape, and you have to be careful before investing in cement stock. Maybe it looks like that. No, it may not be a consistent compounder. See if the margin pressures prevail in the market. Talking about domestic power producer, no, actually they have placed many orders of coal because no, government already told that they are not going to allocate more power to coal to them. So actually they have to allocate most of their, basically government is allocated most of their coal block to the power sector. But now because of the shortage, they already told that yes, power companies that they better import from foreign countries and other outsources. And similarly, all the companies are working on it. Now, the problem is that because of the high increase of oil price and diesel, there is a decrease in demand in diesel and oil across India. But let's see whether it is able to control the inflation or not. So, again, today is Monday. Now, this is a new beginning again. The problem what I am going towards, I was telling to you guys, know that the recent oil price and the recent fiscal deficit, inflation on the higher side, RBI policy coming. So you have to be little bit careful. Currently, yes, there was a big pullback from, I can say that it was from 15,800 to 16,700, almost 900 points Nifty movement was there. But be careful, and this is the time where you can get out from a stock which is not doing good for you guys and enter to a stock which may be doing better in future. Because see, the stock which is not doing good and the stock whose result is not going to coming good, then it's better to get out that stock and get into stock which give you better result. Correct. So guys, keep all these things in mind while investing. The reason is simple. It is not easy market to trade. One has to be very much careful before doing all the investment and understand one thing. When it is, if US, China is really going into bear market, now we don't know whether it's a cyclical bear market or it's a temporary phase bear market. If it is a cyclical bear market, then it will may long at least 1 or 2 years more, at least. Correct. But it is a stock, it's like small period bear market, then it may be over in 2-3 months. So you have to keep this mind while investing, because this is going to impact our Indian stock market also. So guys, you hope you like this video, and if you like this video, do like it and subscribe to my channel. And also, if you want to know more about fundamentals of the stock and how to invest, how to understand all these macro analysis, how to select the multi-bagger stocks and everything, better you see my course, which I have already given a link here, and you can join that. So thank you guys. I see you soon tomorrow morning. Goodbye.